This is a real life story of why you should never give up and why it's never too late. Everybody knows the famous actor Sylvester Stallone. What not everybody knows, back in the early 1970s, Sylvester Stallone was flat broke. He was rejected constantly for movie roles. He was living in a tiny apartment in New York City, and he had only like $20 to $100 in his bank account at times. It got so bad he reportedly had to sell his dog just to afford food. He had to take random background roles just for scraps. One night, he watched a real boxing match. Chuck Wepner versus Muhammad Ali. I'm sorry if I pronounced that name wrong. I'm a little bit of a boxing fan, but not a huge one. Now, Wepner was a nobody, and somehow he still went the distance. He even knocked Ali down briefly. But that fight planted the idea, what if nobody got a shot and just proved something by lasting? So Stallone basically went home and he wrote Rocky in 3 days. He barely slept, he was just fueled by obsession. And he didn't just write a boxing movie, he wrote a lonely guy struggling for purpose, trying to prove he's not a bum. Sound familiar? That was him, basically. Studios loved the script. They offered $125,000 and more, but they wanted big actors to play Rocky. But Stallone wanted to star in it himself. So most people would say just take the money at that point. But Stallone said no deal, not unless I'm Rocky. He was unknown, not conventionally marketable, and considered a risk. And they still kept increasing the offer, but he still kept saying no. Eventually the studio agreed, but with conditions of a tiny budget of $1 million, minimal pay for him, fast, gritty filming. He took it. And even after that, he bought his dog back, trained crazy to look the part, and filmed in real locations to save money. What was the outcome? Rocky releases in 1976 and becomes a massive hit. It wins Best Picture at the Oscars and launches his entire career, from broke to global icon. The real lesson here is this. It was not luck, it was a sequence. Pain led to rejection and a broke life. Inspiration from the Muhammad Ali fight. Creation, he wrote his own opportunity. Conviction, he refused to sell out. And execution, he made it happen with scraps. So if you're building your own fitness brand, coding your own apps, creating content instead of waiting, that's Rocky energy, just modernized. But if you wanted to strip it down to basically one line, don't wait for a role, write one where you win.